It's good to worship God, isn't it? How wonderful that the world goes to funerals and they sit and they mourn and they weep, and it's okay to do that. But how great to be able to come and celebrate and worship God. Isn't that awesome? Well, my name is Jenny. Those of you are looking at me like, who is this girl talking? My name is Jenny Cook-Stavali. My parents, Rich and Sharon Cook, introduced me to the Brewers, and I was trying to think, like, when did we meet each other? It just feels like I've always known you because we were little. Right, when I was like 1 or 2. I'm in church, I can't lie. I was so blessed. Okay, let's not talk about my age. We're good, fine. Let's take it back. So blessed to know this amazing family. We did some great things together. Our parents did some great things together. I think the most, whenever I think of Randy, I think of a picture. You guys were somewhere, I think in China. You were on a train. My mom is here, by the way, Sharon. And you guys, I think somewhere in China. And you were sitting on the train, and you said the meals were not real good, and so they didn't have food that felt edible. So I think Randy had some cheese and crackers. So there's this picture where Randy took a napkin and put it on his head and tied it under his chin and put a cheese and cracker in front of everybody's plate. And he said, now we have to pray for it. And they were all sitting and praying over their cheese and crackers. And that's the picture I think of with your dad, because no matter what the situation was, Randy always brought joy and laughter into every situation. No matter what, had the opportunity, we were preaching at a church in Bakersfield a few years, about 3 years back, and had the opportunity to see you guys again. And I had said that even though he was struggling for that time, he was still full of so much joy. He was talking about how, hey, we got to do a revival. Come back up here. Let's do a revival. I mean, so full of the joy of the Lord that was truly his strength. And I thought, as you mentioned to us, the song you guys have asked us to sing is called I've Just Seen Jesus. And we sang it that time. And I thought about how, as you were saying, Randy couldn't see the last few years, and he was in darkness. And he said to someone, I forgot who it was, it's just so dark. But he closed his eyes in darkness, but he opened them back up in light. It says Mary Magdalene went to the tomb in John chapter 20. She went in darkness. She went to seek Jesus in darkness. But when she found him, she discovered light. So we know that as soon as Randy's eyes opened back up again, he beheld the greatest light he had ever seen in his life. And it took his breath away when he saw Jesus. Go ahead.
We knew he was dead. It is finished, he said. And we watched as his life ebbed away.
And we all stood around till the guards took him down. Joseph begged for his body that day.
It was late afternoon when we got to the tomb, wrapped his body and sealed up the grave.
So I know how you feel. His death was so real. But please listen and hear what I say. I just seen Jesus. I tell you, he's
reason for tears.
And I sobbed in despair. My Lord is not there. He said, "Child, it is I am
I just saw Randy at the piano on that one. Joni, thank you for the privilege of sharing just a little bit today. I'm Stu Johnson, and I have the honor of overseeing Grace International Churches and Ministries. It's a family of about 2,800 churches that are touching about 90 nations. And Randy was part of that family for many years. I met Randy 15 years ago. I had just retired from the Air Force after 30 years and started pastoring. And Randy was doing the same in Phoenix. And I think I came to Arizona and I was teaching something on leadership, and we hooked up and we became friends. And we talked to each other, and when we saw each other, it was phenomenal. One of the things that and what I'm about to say is, I can't honor Randy any more other than to say that Randy was an eagle. In the Air Force, at one of the professional military schools that I attended and then was on the faculty, we bring in renowned aerospace leaders every year at the graduation of that class that was just going. It was a year-long school. And we called it a gathering of eagles. And an eagle was someone that was known for their courage, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. They are able to see above the ordinary. And you know, that's rare. They're respected. You don't have to ask what do you think about that leader? Everyone recognizes them as a leader. And they put others first. Because a leader goes first and puts others first. And Randy was an eagle. He had great courage. I talked to him on a number of occasions in the last few years, and it was a physical struggle. I remember when he first started losing his sight, we helped him get a computer, and he was able to communicate in a different way. But he was always thinking about others. He was thinking about bringing people into God's presence, into the love of God. And right up until the very end. The thing I would say to Randy is, you just beat us to the ultimate place we're all going. You just beat us. The president of Grace International, I oversee the day-to-day operations, but the president is Steve Riegel. And Steve pastors a very large church in Houston and loved Randy, and he asked me to read this. Randy modeled for us all how to walk through the challenges of life, still believing and trusting in the God he served, and knowing that his hope was anchored in what transcends this life. And what is that? It's he who is life. Absent from the body of affliction, Randy is present with the Lord, rejoicing in the wholeness he now enjoys. I send, on behalf of Grace International, our love and best to the family and friends that we gathered here today. Randy, we miss and love you, but we're coming.
Well, I'll be brief. I met Randy Brewer in 1988 when he and his family joined the staff of Valley Cathedral. We had another new pastor, Randy Helm, that joined the staff about the same time. And one day the two Randys came to my office and they invited me to lunch. And I thought it'd be a really great time to get to know my brother Randy and my other brother Randy. So we went to lunch, we had a great time, and when the check came, Randy Brewer reached for his wallet. I forgot my wallet at the office, so he says to Randy Helm, "Hey, why don't you pay?" Randy Helm says, "I thought you were paying. I left my wallet at the office too." So I got stuck with the tab. And he never paid me back. Joan, you owe me $10 for this lunch and $436 in interest. A few weeks later, there was a WWE wrestling event came to town. And our kids were small, and Randy suggested that we take them, my two boys and his two girls, to see the wrestling. And they say you get to know a man better when you get to know his family. So I thought, well, this would be a wonderful time we'll get to know the girls. They were so cute. They were, small and, little blonde hair with curls. And so we're watching the wrestling, and it's about midway through, and everybody's getting into it, and the crowd's getting into it, and little tiny Christy jumps up on her seat and yells, "Roll up your skirt and fight like a man." I knew then I was really going to like this Brewer guy. Randy loved people, and he loved to make people laugh, and he loved pulling little pranks. And it didn't matter if he knew you or not. When the Brewers lived in Las Vegas, Teresa and I went up to visit them, and we went out to dinner, and we're driving on the strip, and it was bumper-to-bumper traffic, and so we're crawling. And we come to this intersection, and there's a policeman out in the middle, he's directing traffic. Randy rolls the window down and points on the ground over there, and the cop's going. No, the other side. And then we finally moved on, and I was so glad we didn't get arrested. But more than making people laugh, Randy loved people. I admired him for how much he loved and he cared for the people in his choir and the music ministry. He would call each one about once a week. And at the end of the conversation, a lot of times he'd like to say, hey, tell me if this sounds like I'm hanging up. And he would hang up on him. And the first time he did it to Teresa, she said, yeah, it sounds like you, huh? And then she heard the dial tone. Yeah, Randy loved people, but the people he loved the most are sitting right here in the front. His family, his mother Mimi, nieces, nephews, brothers and sisters. He was crazy about his grandkids. Just crazy about his grandkids. And his two girls, the sun rose and set on them. And of course his Joni. Where would he be without his Joni? Another thing that Randy loved was worship, as you all know. Man, there was no better worship leader on this planet than Randy Brewer. Pastor, I used to love Sunday night services when you would preach. And after you were done, you would invite Randy up and he would start to lead us in worship. And man, the Holy Spirit, the presence of God would come down, and it felt like we could go all night long. I mean, we felt like we were in the presence of God. And I missed that. And I haven't heard that until this afternoon. Last Friday, his last day with us, I got to sit with him. And I got to tell him how much I loved him. And I got to hear him tell me how much he loved me. When I was leaving, I was talking to Tracy in the kitchen, and she was wiping away tears. She said, I can't imagine a world without Randy Brewer. And I told her, that's not possible. Because as long as we have those memories, as long as we have them, he's always going to be in our hearts. I love you, buddy.
Rob took half of what I was going to say. I clearly don't come up here very often. I kind of hide in the back. Actually, some of you probably have never even seen me up on stage. I had to write some stuff down because I'm sad and nervous. Well, let me just say that, first off, before my dad passed, he kept saying, amen, amen. And I got my dad's warped sense of humor, so I said, okay, Daddy, say amen if I'm your favorite daughter. And he said amen. I got his humor. She got his voice. On behalf of my family, and I really like to thank all of you guys for being here. I know a lot of you guys traveled from out of state, even some across the country. And to say the least, my daddy was loved. I heard someone say one time that there's only 2 times that all your favorite people are in one room. That's your wedding and your funeral. And with my dad always being like the life of the party, he'd be so mad that all of you guys were here and he wasn't. He was funny. Growing up in our house sometimes felt like you were being raised by your older brother. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't like that. Oh. Sisters. He was a funny guy. You never met a stranger. embarrassing enough. He made friends with a checkout guy in the elevator, got some random guy in the elevator. He loved people. My poor mom. There were 2 volumes in our house, and that was Loud and Louder. Midnight runs at Jack in the Box on a school night were not completely uncommon. There was one stipulation: if he woke you up in the middle of the night, that you had to get up for school the next morning. And if you didn't on the first call, then there may or may not be water thrown on you, which would start a war in the house of water being thrown over the shower unknowingly, the lights being turned off while you were in the shower. It was crazy. It was chaos. I remember my mom leaving to go to Houston one time and him actually letting me stay home to clean the house and do the laundry before mom got home. It was like we had a rager at the house. It just wasn't. He was crazy. I went to school at the church growing up, and one of my mom's favorite times is my dad going up to the office and my friends asking where I was. I had the chicken pox, and my dad told everybody that I had ran away from home. So, unknowingly, my friends were devastated, and about 4 or 5 days later, I came back, and then they learned the truth. There's a lot my dad and I had in common, and one of them was sports. He played baseball, so he put me in t-ball when I was 5. He played golf, so I golfed with him at 12. And there was a few things through sports that he taught me, and they're still burned into my head now. Hustle, don't walk. Run to a huddle. Listen to your coach. He knows more than you. Be coachable. Shut your mouth and let your playing speak for itself. And I use every single one of these daily, even though they don't apply to sports anymore. I was a little bit of the wild one, so I definitely rebelled. I moved out, moved back in, moved out, moved back in. They always welcomed me with open arms, but there was one stipulation of being in the house. You live under my roof, you go to church. Nothing came before church, not even games or tournaments. Being a preacher's kid, you tend to see a lot behind closed doors. But there was something he always told me. Look to God, not to man. Man will always fail you. Lastly, he loved my mama. I remember being in a disagreement with her one time, and I'm sure I said something disrespectful. And he told me, don't ever talk to my wife like that again. He said, she was my wife before she was your mother. I use that with my kids now. I know this is about my dad, but I've never seen someone so strong and so graceful as a woman. My mom stood by my dad. She loved him, she took care of him. She never complained. She's the real deal. She is a true Proverbs 31 woman. And I just wanted to let you know, we got you. All of us. We're in this together. So, thank you.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, Cody Jack, his favorite grandson. First off, I want to thank you guys for supporting our family through this time. I still can't believe he's gone. That's one thing I did inherit. He did. Okay, that's better. My biggest thing is I just wonder what he's doing up there.